Well, hello, greetings, welcome in. Good to see you both. Hope you're doing well today. Everybody else who's hanging out here and chilling in the lurker mode, welcome as well. Yeah, we're gonna get started right away. I don't want to delay. Let's get into it. I spent too much time today not doing anything. Hey, it's Pylozan. Good to see you there too. Welcome in. Hello and good night. Off to bed. Have a good sleep. Have a good sleep. Good luck with your shift later today as well. We're gonna jump right in. Welcome. My name's Mike. If you haven't been here before, greetings. It's great to see you. I'm excited to do some dev streaming. Today we're just doing artwork. We're continuing on the Vault art. As you can see here, day 15, continue Vault art. This I was planning to knock out in like 1 or 2 streams. And it's been, I don't know how many streams since we started working on the art. Looks like since day 12, 13, 14. So we're on our 4th day, I guess. That's how counting works, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4th day. Hopefully finish it off today. I was looking at it and I was thinking, actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Like, I didn't think it was bad, but I thought, like, oh, it's got a lot of... we need to make a lot of progress on it. There's more details that I could easily add to this room. The glaring issues that I'm looking at on there is like, okay, like the furniture mostly, for the most part, and the hamster tube. I need to figure out how to do the hamster tube. So we might go look at some reference images for that. That might help me get that looking just about right. But yeah, I don't know, like it's all in all, it's not looking that bad. It's not looking that bad, so we'll see. There's still a fair bit of stuff to do. I don't want to spend too much time like reviewing everything that we've talked about so far or anything like that today. I just want to jump in and get working. Pretty much going immediately into focused drawing mode. I think that's the right way to go today. So yeah, let me just do a little bit of glasses cleaning and we'll get into it. It's good to see you there, Stalkforwooder and Slayer King, Pylozan. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing great today. Man, drawing stuff like this, like, I find it very hard to get the style to work for me. Like, it's very different to what I'm used to doing. Like, normally what I would do is something like more in like a, like Marvel Comics style, like, thing, or like try and draw something like a bit more like architectural or something like that. So like drawing with all of these like Looney Tunes sort of like Sam and Max style, it's tricky. It's tricky for me to hit the right tones and the colors, and like I look at something and I see bright colors and it feels like it doesn't feel quite right to me, even though like when I compare it to the inspiring artwork, it does like kind of suit to a degree. But yeah, anyway, let's jump right into it. I have the overlay already captured here, so we're ready to go. Last time we left off, I just sort of went into this and I was like, okay, let's just bring it into the game, which we did. We did that and it looked okay in game, like it's coming along nicely. I think the major issues I need to deal with right now is just like stepping down one layer of detail into like getting like, you know, the books and the mess underneath here sorted out. The hamster tube needs to be sorted out. The maze section needs to, we need to like give this a label. I think that will help it, and also just like work on like some tones and colors here in the desktop, like the surface area of it. Going over to the desk and the bookshelf, I want to get some like wood tones in them. I want them to match up with like the colors that I use different colors for both of them, so I need to settle on some colors for those too. The puddle, I might just move the puddle across. It's not underneath where it needs to be, looking at that, the leaky part of the pipe up here. This part here with the rust and stuff on it, on the pipe, that needs to be above the center of the puddle, basically, to really cue in the player that that's the leaky part of the pipe. So we're going to work on that. There's also, we need to think about, one of the things that I didn't really consider when I drew this layout is I've really run out of room for the rope to be hooked onto the wall. Like, the door used to be sort of like off screen mostly and down like a little lower. And now when I change the perspective and like the shape of the room a little bit, the space where the rope was hooked onto the wall it no longer kind of exists. So there's also another thing I wanted to do here, which was like sort of like an outline of where this bookshelf was against the wall, just to help cement that this has fallen over from the wall a little bit. But yeah, I need a place to hook the rope up. The rope needs to exist someplace. I think we can move the rope into this room, so that the other room. So in that case, like, I don't need to think about like making the rope fit here. It also makes that room a little bit more useful. I think that's a good thing. Because like the room on the left is pretty useful. The room on the right is, it's only useful in as much as you do a bunch of stuff with the metal detector in there, and you get the wire spool. So yeah, there's a few more things to do there. Coburn, good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. We are doing okay though. Like, this doesn't look nearly as bad as it did when I I felt like it had a lot of work to go on it when I left it last, but looking at it today, I think we should be able to like tighten this up to the point where it's like good enough for today. What I want to do is just put in some silhouettes of some lampshades to sort of like give some motivation to these spotlight effects all over the walls and the ground. That's probably it, I reckon. Doing pretty good. That's great. Pretty all right is good. Had a few clients ring me, even though it's holiday. Of course they did. Never ends. It never ends. Some of the stuff we need to think about for the game. This doorway, I might want to just put like a panel on it somewhere for like, you know, to make it feel like you could open the door. But that's going to be like obviously non-functional because of some reason. Like, we're in lockdown, right? Yeah, the hamster tube really needs a lot of work visually. Bookshelf and desk need a lot of work. We need to draw the computer. Actually, that's something I need to get in. Probably we want to get that in today as well. The grime and stuff, I think that's okay. That'll work for me for now. I kind of want maybe to go through and draw some like craggly bits on this pipe just to really sell like that it's blistery and broken. So like just grunging it up a little bit, put a bit more texture into the pipe around those rusted areas to help that sort of sell. Posters, obviously we can detail those at any time. We don't need to have those fully detailed. The books on the ground I kind of want to tidy up. I want to make one of them a book that you pick up so it won't be drawn into the background as much as it will be like an object that we place in the scene. What else is there to think about? I think that's it. Like, those are the major things. I did want to throw some grime around the room a bit more, make it like look dirty, have some splashes on the wall and stuff like that. I might want to add some texture to the floor, just like color tones mostly, just shifting the color tones a little bit, like draw some like perspective rectangles into the ground a little bit to make it look like sort of tiled concrete or something like that. Maybe just throw a noise filter over the top of it a little bit too, rather than like actually trying to draw in like individual bumps and grout and whatever, just like, yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I'm going to work on today, is just like trying to bring this to a level of like visual fidelity that I can be like, okay, that's ready to ship kind of thing. Yeah, I think it's getting close. Like I said, I think it is actually getting close. We could go through and do a bit of tidy up on some of like the rougher edges, but I think that's wasted time. And just to refresh both your and my memory, I'm going to pull up the Explorer. Where are you? There you are. Okay, it's open on another window, of course. Another desktop, another monitor. That's the word I was looking for. Let's go open up the project folder, room assets, vault. Where are you? Vault 6. This is what we ended up with from that after we do a little bit of processing in GIMP. This is what it ends up looking like. And obviously, look, I'm using Windows to zoom in, so it's like fuzzing the edges of the pixels a bit. But I think you can see like these details, like going in and like cleaning up the edge details on the door, I don't think is going to make that much of an improvement. For example, like it's I think if anything, those rougher edges are helping to just provide a little bit more visual interest to and texture to the background. So if anything, like, it's kind of an improvement, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I think I should just persist. I think that comes down to I just need to persist with some of this stuff. So, like, the hamster tube looks horrible. This hamster maze obviously isn't complete as well. Bookshelf and desk. Those are the major things that are calling out to me for attention right now. Like I said, I do want to throw a little bit of detail into, like, the flooring and maybe some, like, I don't know, just, like, some, like, splatters and like, grime in the corners and edges of the room and, like, on the doors, stuff like that, just to make them feel a little bit more textured and lived in. This has turned out great. Thank you, Pi. That's super kind of you to say. I know you need to get some rest, so don't, yeah. Don't feel like you need to stay around, but thank you very much for the comment. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me to hear stuff like that, especially, like, when I'm struggling to find, like, where I want things to be. I thought that this little bit of interest here with, like, this pipe having, like, something weird going on with it, I thought that would look good. I'm not sure about it. I might just rub that out and do it again. I'm not sure. Like, clean it up. Lunar Trek, hello. Good to see you. Nice to catch you as well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for catching the stream. All right, let's just get into it. I'm going to stop talking now and start drawing. I don't know what I'm going to start on. But we'll get started here. Let's see. I think I'm going to leave the tube for later. I just don't feel it right now. But we will need to address this fully, because this is not going to cut it. This is definitely not in the realm. And in saying that, I'm probably going to just leave the hamster maze alone for a bit too. So that does bring us to maybe doing... I'll start with something easy. I'll just do the silhouettes of the lamps, and hopefully that'll sell the idea of these spaces with the light. So we'll get onto that right now. Let me grab my pen. Let's go in and throw a layer in someplace, and we'll start working on it. I feel like I need to tune the... I feel like I need to tune this. The brush, the tablet. I mean, it's not too bad. It's like it seems slightly off sometimes. I wonder if that's because of, like, the angle that I hold the pen on or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see. No idea what this is doing. Probably nothing. I'll just take this layer over and we'll just draw these foreground elements in. Or we could add it to this layer, but I'll add it to a separate layer. Alright, go ahead and get started then. So I guess I'm just gonna draw in, like, some lantern shape here. And the question is, like, do I want to obscure more of the background like that or not? I don't know. I think I'm gonna clean up this, actually. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move it to here. I'll make it smaller. That's what I'm gonna go for. Pretty much exactly that. I don't know if I should, like, try and, like, give a little bit of light here as well, because at the moment it's just like a thing hanging from the ceiling, not necessarily justifying that it's a light per se. Hopefully people will just see it and think, oh, it's a lampshade, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna, like, not try and think too hard about it. Like I said, like, last time, sometimes I put too much thought into this stuff and it's, like, really unimportant details. So let's just throw another one in here. And here. There's a little bit of a tangent going on with the pipe that I don't love, but I'm going to leave it for now. So hopefully that just helps sell the idea of these lights having like a reason to exist now. That's all I want. Just want these lights to feel like they're justified a little bit. Maybe a tiny gray light. I don't know. Just suggest. Yeah. That's an interesting idea. We could try it. Something on the edge like that and along the top, maybe. It might help. I don't know. Okay, that was a mistake. I think that does help a little bit, actually. G'day, Bought Jams. Good to see you. Are you going to be at Supernova soon? I'll be at PAX 3 days this year since I already got my 3-day badge. I may have said this to you already. You have, yes. I'm excited to potentially see you there. I think that'd be cool. Finally see you in person. Okay, that's not working. I guess it'll do. Hey, thank you, Lunar Trek. Thank you. I want to try something. I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to hide the duplicate just as like a backup kind of thing. I just want to try a filter on this. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Live preview is turned on. It's currently at 5 pixel. Let's push it up to like a much higher level of blur here. Is that bad? Softening up the shadows a little bit. I wonder if that's a bad thing. Maybe not that much. Maybe just a little bit softer. I kind of want this to be like an effect that's applied that I can toggle on and off, not something that's like baked in. Because then I can adjust the shadows as I need to and then do this. But like, just as experimentally, we'll just do it now, like that. Yeah. I think that will actually help sell the shadow effect even more. I think I'm going to do that. See here, let's clean up this section. Hey, for the polls here. Good to see you, for the poll. Mike, what hardware are you drawing on, and are you happy with it? I am happy with it. I graduated to this from a an older style tablet that doesn't have a screen on it. This is a Huion Canvas, K-A-M-V-A-S, 16. I got it on discount from Amazon. It was... I saved like... I don't know, maybe around 200 Australian dollars or so. Hey, Skinny One, good to see you too. You know what's bad? Carandia 3, but don't tell Doc as we keep teasing him. It's good, yeah. Oh, you keep teasing him saying it's good? Oh no, that's what's going on. I was not in on that joke. I was just like, oh, this is horrible. It's a terrible game. Why would anybody play it? Because it's really bad. It is really bad. Does it attach a PC for streaming? Yeah. Yeah, it's literally a monitor and drawing surface sort of like connected to the PC through a USB 3 connection. It has... Yeah, so it has like a octopus cable, I guess you call it. Like an all-in-one cable that connects to like a USB 3 like slot. And then on the other end it has 3 connectors, one for HDMI so you can get the visual stuff on the screen, and one for USB into the PC, and one for power. So the whole thing is like just all in one cable. So I can just, if I want to unplug it, I can just unplug it. And I just got it set up to capture in OBS for streaming. It works really well for the poll. And Lunar Trek, yeah. Racing the Beam, g'day, good to see you. And Frosto, good to see you too. Hope you're doing well today, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is for all of you. Yeah, I'm just trying to work on this scene, get the scene up to scratch. So we're getting closer. We're getting closer. I think I am going to do that effect of like the blur effect there, with the background. But obviously, I'm going to go back and get rid of it for now. But yeah, knowing that I can do a little bit of a blur to it and it looks pretty okay, I think that will be a pretty big improvement bringing it into the final image as well. So for now, I'll leave the shadow layer like as it is so I can go and adjust shadows and do more shadowing if you need to. That's gonna look good. Alpha point and click adventure, that's right. So Frosto, I'm drawing at the moment. I'm doing the artwork because I've finished all of like the major implementation stuff except for one puzzle in the game. And so I need to get art into the game as soon as possible to like really help me drive toward completion. So what the artwork will help me with is like the dialogue as well. So like once I have like things settled in their place, I'll know like a little bit more about like how I'm going to drive the player through the game and stuff like that as well. So I just wanted to nail down the art as soon as possible, which is what I'm focused on today. And we'll continue working on that now. It's just like a matter of picking which thing to like improve and then improving it. We're getting pretty far along though. It's coming along really nicely. I'm liking it a lot. I'm gonna work on the books maybe. The books feel like they're easy to do. That's why I want to work on those. Another thing I can work on is maybe... I don't know. Let me think for a second. The hamster tube really needs work. Like, it's the worst thing on the screen right now, I think. As far as, like, stuff that's, like, in progress. The desk is also really terrible. I can work on that. I also need to bring the computer in. Let's do a computer. I want to do an IBM 5150, like the one that you can see on the starting soon screen. Actually, is that an IBM 5150? I think it is. I think that's a 5150. The model numbers, I don't exactly remember all the time, but hey. Hopefully I'm right. I want to draw something that looks a bit like that. Would ukulele be playable? Wait, what? Ukulele, like the character from band? Isn't ukulele like a video game? I can't play the ukulele. Dialogues. Two things I have no quaking idea how to make. Ambient music and dialogues. Yeah, no, me either. Why is on disk drive kind of offset? I'm not sure. Oh, ukulele. Oh, yeah. No, that's, this thing right here. Yeah, that's a violin, maybe. I don't know. I was going for violin. It's really rough. I haven't gone in and cleaned up the foreground art yet. Sorry, yeah, that totally didn't occur to me. But yeah, that's what that is. This drive V is sticking out a bit. Was it? Oh, it is too. It does look like it's offset a bit. Never noticed that. I don't know why that would be. But yeah, I'm going to draw something that looks a bit like that, I think. I might go ahead and do that right now, actually. So I'm just going to, like, draw detailed a little bit. So I'm going to zoom in. That's too much zoomed in. I'm going to zoom out. Well, yeah, 50% zoom is good. All right. I need a layer to work on, of course. Let me just find the layer that has the desk in it. Okay. There you go. We'll go one layer above that. Okay. And I am going to draw with this color to start with. Let's just get the computer itself. I want to be... Let's see. I'll just roughly outline it. Something like that is fine. The monitor. I know in Day of the Tentacle they go for like a little bit more of a wobbly, warped look to everything, so I may try and push in that direction a little bit harder. And then the keyboard obviously needs to be in front of this. Something like that. So let's just go clean up some of these edges. All right. Yeah, that'll do. How best to approach this? All right, have a rough silhouette of the computer. Start breaking it down a bit. Once I have a lesson of violin, like basics from a pro player for exchange of lessons of programming. She said programming is hard. I think the same about violin, but I like violin music so much. Yeah, I like violin too. I tried teaching myself a bit. I started learning scales and stuff, and like I got okay at playing a scale, but like as soon as I tried to play anything that was music, I couldn't do it. It was just too hard. So I thought I'd maybe come back to it someday, and I haven't yet. TV Prime, g'day, good to see ya. It's going good. How are you going? Something like that might work. All right. Let's see what else. What else can we draw from in here, color-wise? Maybe we'd take this one. I'm just gonna zoom in just so I don't go over the lines too much. That's basically all I'm doing, just making life easier for myself because it's pretty roughly sketched in anyway. But I just want to roughly get this about right. Pressure sensitivity at this, not really supposed to be drawing at this detail level, but I wanna. All right. It's going to tempt me to just clean up all the edges here and like, you know, that's going to be a problem. Alright, that's enough zoomed in nonsense. That hopefully will look like a computer. Hopefully that'll look like a computer. Alright. Hey there, Castle Riverchat. Good to see you. Welcome. Dog making look at me noises. Yeah, you go look after your pupper. Have a good time with your dog. Got another puzzle done last night. Oh, good. Awesome, Castle. New mushroom spawn arrived. Perfect. The game's looking good. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, computer on desk. Done. It makes me feel like I need to do work on the desk itself, like, now. So we'll just focus on the desk now. Which is on this layer. I'm gonna just delete the desk and start again, I think. Yeah. Oops, I deleted other stuff too, huh? Didn't realize it was all on the same layer. Gotta be more careful. Hmm. Hmm. Oh my gosh. An I have raid. Wow, thank you very much for the raid I have. New Joe, welcome in. Good to see you there. Thank you for joining the raid. Good to see you there, I have. What have you been up to today? What's been happening in the world of I have? It's a sleepy raid, but a raid nonetheless. Hey, we're having a good time over here, just focusing on doing some drawing. It's a good time, actually, having a good time with it. Let's see now. I was just going to mess with some colors here. Saw you making, so I thought I'd share some making with you as well. Awesome. Brain slow and sleepy. What were you up to? Let's get a shout out as well. I gotta reach over to my keyboard though, because my tablet's in the way. What kind of making were you making? Making a video, nothing much? Oh, nice. Awesome. Video making's cool. I wish I was better at it. I gotta practice more. Alright. For those of you coming in for the first time, welcome in. My name is Mike. I stream on another channel, twitch.tv/fractalmindmike. If you haven't clicked follow yet, by the way, everybody, on I have stream, go ahead and do that now. I will as soon as I find where my mouse is. There you go. Yeah, over on my other channel, I stream on twitch.tv/fractalmindmike. I do retro gaming and hardware collecting and, like, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. Lately I've been playing Alone in the Dark 2024, the new Alone in the Dark game. I just finished playing Zack McCracken. I complain about stuff sometimes. That can be funny. I have opinions. I'm not afraid to share them. Mostly about video game design. So yeah, it's a good time over there. If you're ever interested in checking out my other channel as well, that'd be awesome. If you want to drop a follow here, very welcome. We do game dev exclusively here, pretty much. Thinking about having some other guests on with the game dev streams. Just like, you know, I'm definitely going to be doing a collaboration with Dr. CDCS soon. So maybe we'll find a way to have some doc time on this stream too. I was wondering what Alone in the Dark game you were playing. I never saw it before. Yeah, it's the new one. It just came out like less than a month ago, I think. I'd kind of been anticipating it, but avoiding looking at any spoilers for it. So when I actually did play it, I was kind of hopeful that they were like going to adhere a lot to the original story of the first game, if not the gameplay. Like, the gameplay obviously would be a bit weird to go back to the old style of gameplay, but you know, just like kind of like bring that original concept into the future, and they basically dropped every single element of the story from the original game, which was very disappointing to see. But at least Carnby's back in his original form, which is nice. Well, a slightly different form. He now looks like David Harbour, but he seems like that 1920s, 1930s-ish era, you know, grizzled private detective, which is cool, right? That's cool. I like that character design. And he's doing some interesting stuff, but like, yeah, overall the game is like completely different, which is a bit sad. Like, it's no longer Deserto Manor. It's now like a an asylum, like a hospital or mental asylum, something like that. So it's a bit different. Noru, good to see you. Welcome. What did I miss so far? I did a little bit of drawing. Basically, I'm just drawing today. So speaking of, I'm gonna get back to it. I just wanted to intro myself a little bit there. I drew this little computer you can see over here on the side, and I just drew this desk. I'm just going to mess with the color palette on the desk a little bit. I want it to be more red, so I'm going to try shifting the hue more in that direction. I don't know if this works, but not that red. Maybe about there. I'll push the saturation up a bit too. And let's see. Somewhere about there maybe. So I had taken the colors from the bookshelf, so you can see the difference between the colors here. This is a little bit more, I don't know what this tone I would call this, like maybe a little bit more in the orange space, though. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Shift it that direction a little bit. I'm going to try and add a little bit of wood grain texturing to it. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm gonna refer to some Day of the Tentacle artwork. Oh, right, the game I'm working on, which is probably more important than my other channel. I'm working on a game called Day of the Hamster. It's inspired by Day of the Tentacle. It's the follow-up to my first game that I made this year. My first release from this year was Day of the Sandwich. It's a very short mini adventure game. This is going to be a bit longer, hopefully. First game, typical playthrough is probably about 10 to 20 minutes. It's called Day of the Sandwich. This one is Day of the Hamster, and it's going to be probably a 20 to 40 minute playthrough, I hope. It might take some people less time, might take some people more time, but I'm hoping for around about that 20 to 40 minute mark. And yeah, if you want to check out the first game, Day of the Sandwich, it's on itch.io. So let me post a link to that. You need to get some shut-eye, I have. Yeah, no worries. Lurk as long as you feel like, but yeah, get some rest. This is not an expansion to Day of the Sandwich as much as it is a parallel sequel. It happens at the same time. The idea is that at the end of this game, the character Lucas from this game is going to meet up with Delphine. I keep mixing up their names for some reason. Maybe because I keep thinking about Day of the Tentacle while I'm working on this stuff, because that's the inspiration for it. But Delphine and Lucas are going to meet up at the end of this game, and the third one, I'm actually making a third one with another character, and they will all meet up, and then I'm going to actually do a full-length adventure game. So not like a 20-minute game, more like, you know, 3 hour-ish, maybe somewhere around 3 to 6 hours. It depends on, like, obviously it depends on the person, but I'm aiming for that sort of like full adventure game size for the fourth installment, and that one will be like a commercial release. I'll release it on Steam. These ones are just going to be free games you can get on itch. I'll probably bundle them as a free game on Steam, or maybe a paid like expansion or something. I don't know how to do it, but yeah, I don't know. Putting games on Steam costs money, so I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it's all the same universe, different characters, but they'll meet up, they'll go on a big adventure together with all three characters. So I'm trying to like progressively work my way towards something like a Day of the Tentacle scale of game. But I'm taking the opportunity to like hone in on the art style that I'm trying to go for. This is the only scene that the one that I'm currently working on. This is the only one that I've actually tried to push the artwork in that direction. In this game, everything else is placeholder art right now. So yeah, it's slowly coming together. I actually was hoping to do this a lot faster, but I'm okay with being a bit slower today for this one. Koenigstan, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're going good today. So yeah, I also added one of the other details I added today is these lamps just to justify the lighting in the room. I think it really helped to justify that lighting. So it was a good move to add that in now, I think. I'm going to keep on working on this though. I'm going to try my hand at the wood grain effect, I think. I want to look up some images from Day of the Tentacle that have wood grain in them. Because I want to see like how they do it. I don't want to like just trace over an image, but I do want to like get the idea, if that makes sense. So let's see, Day of the Tentacle. Just look up some screenshots from Day of the Tentacle. I wish I had like, I probably at this point should have just made a folder full of screenshots to look at. Let's see, it looks like they got a wood floor in those two scenes. I know there's some desks in the game. I think the stairs are wood, but I don't think there's any wood grain on the clock or on the stairs. These floors have wood grain. Oh, I'm just noticing some other details. I kind of want to lock in some ideas. The floor here is like concrete style, I think. In this scene. Looking for a wooden desk. I think this scene has some like surfaces that you might consider wood. Hamster tube. I want to look at the hamster tube here, just to maybe this will help me draw my hamster tube that I need to draw. I know there are some desks in this game. I'm just trying to find them in these screenshots. Here's one. There's some wood paneling in this room. I'll have a look at that. Maybe that'll do. Maybe I've got enough references to like look at. We'll look at these references together and we'll see what's up. Hey Gary, good to see you. Wooden desk. Try the office, right door from the lobby where the Booby Gone. Oh yeah. I know what one you mean. The office. It's this room, but that's not the right perspective in the room. Let's see. Oh look, here's one with lots of wood in it. The workshop in the past. Is that wood? I'm not sure if that's a wood floor or not. I'll open that screenshot up too. Alright, I've got tons of screenshots open. Let's just go and look at them. We've got to open in new tab and then zoom in on it, I guess. It's tiny. Okay, that's not gonna yield a lot of information. Just close some of these. Man, I'm getting a lot of feedback from looking at these images that I'm like, oh, I need to work harder. I need to think better. I need to think better about this stuff. Look at the way they've done the floorboards here. Alright, bring it back. So some of these are like the remaster screenshots and some of them are original pixel art screenshots. But either way, they're both good for like, I think the shape and tone of things. Looking at the wood grain here, it's very lightly implied wood grain. I wonder how that looks in pixel art. The clock doesn't have a wood grain as much as it does have like tones. And that's hard to say, like, are they just tones from like lighting effect? Like bands? These bands? I'm not sure. The floorboards here, again, this is a, from the remaster. But all the shapes are, like, the same. I don't know. Yeah. This is interesting looking. The way the light's working here is interesting to me. Also, they weren't afraid to use, like, a bright light color here to justify their lighting, which is something I need to learn from, too. Let's see. This is too zoomed in. Yeah, it's not really wood grain as such here. There is a good example of a violin here that I need to work from, though. Yeah, this is not so much wood grain here either. Also, this is just a bad quality screenshot. No wood grain. But it does have the hamster tube. It's right up in your face in the foreground, too. Okay, this table in the original, I think this table looks a lot different. I think the wood grain is really a lot more visible. I don't think, like, I think a lot of the details are lost in the remaster. Sadly. Yeah, stuff that's in the foreground, like, not everything is in silhouette, but, like, this table is non-interactive, for example, but it's like an element that's in the foreground that you can kind of look at. I like all these little drawers. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is wood grain or carpet. Okay. Alright, I think what this is telling me is I shouldn't focus too much detail into, like, wood grain. Maybe just some, like, whoops. Maybe just some, tones that hint at wood grains. Oh, good stretch. Oh man, I need a stretch. I didn't realize I needed a stretch. Oh, that feels so much better. My shoulders feel lighter already after a little stretch. Alright, that's enough looking at references. I think we will pop back in and look at more references soon. But for now... I'm feeling pretty good about this. I feel like... there's nowhere near enough going on in the background after looking at all those scenes. But we'll work towards it. Maybe I'll throw some shelves in at the back here above the computer. I think we need to put a little bit more stuff like in the foreground that's non-interactive but also not silhouetted. Like a bench maybe right here in the corner would be cool. I don't know. Just like a couple bit more details. Because like the foreground... just being pure silhouette like that is fine. But yeah, I think just like a layer between the foreground and the background like would help. With like just muted tones in it. Alright, let's add a little bit of detail to the desktop though, just to like hint at that. And also I'm gonna put a couple of highlights on the edges of these drawers and the cabinet as well. I'm gonna zoom in, just at least... I'll go to 50%. I don't want to go too deep with the zoom. Alright, okay. Let's go brush, get that. What if I just did a couple of these sort of lines on the desk to hint at a wood grain almost? Something like that might be enough just to sell it. I don't know. We might need a couple more tones. We might need some tones between these two. So if I like just sample these two tones just to see where they sit in the triangle, Maybe if I just go for one that's like a little bit more saturated between them. And just add that in. This is going to be tricky. Yeah. Something like that. Get the edge with it. Oops, wrong button. I feel like the light tone in there is like too light, but maybe it's not. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Shadows of this computer, maybe. I don't know. Let's throw a layer in, and we'll just do a little bit of a shadow. Something like that. All right, let's go with that. Hey, Necrokeys, good to see you. I was lurking and I have. Oh, awesome. Nay here. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. This is good. Thank you. Mike, what don't you like about Canberra? Last night's talk was concerning. What about mouse and mousepad? It doesn't need one. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat. I'm gonna read the chat for a second. How about the houses? Those are surely wooden. Yeah, like, yeah, in the future, it's like metal. In the past, I forget what it looks like. I think it's brick or something. Mostly. How can you just zoom like that? What do you mean? Cinnamon roll table, yum, delicious. What about last night's talk was concerning? Are you talking about the Canberra situation? I just think it's funny, that's all. I just think Canberra being in the middle between Melbourne and Sydney is funny. I don't have any other things there. So what else do we need to do? I think that this is starting to come together. I think the drawers probably need handles. Were there handles in the basement one? They are, but they look like they're made of wood. I think that's a cool idea. Maybe I should just do that. Do the same thing. I'm starting to think, like, I pushed mine more into the red zone, but this is like actually maybe closer. The other surface, this one is like maybe more close to that than this is, but I don't really care. Like, whatever, man. Like, it's gonna. I gotta just pick a color for wood and go with it, I think. Yeah. Awesome place for a city. Lots of archery. Nice weather. Good sports city. Really? Wait, what layer was I just drawing on? The wrong layer, I think. That'll do. Alright, desk. I'm gonna call desk done and computer done for now. We'll move on. And I don't know. I'm just gonna redo the bookshelf a little bit. Let's see here. I had a feeling that would happen. I'm going to zoom in. Make sure I'm drawing on the right layer. I am. Good. Hey, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. Sorry, I got a little distracted over here. B Squad, good to see you. You're not following this channel? That's all right. Thank you for the follow. I assume that was you that followed. I have anonymous follows, but since you said, oh, I'm not following, I'm going to assume it was you, B Squad. Thank you for the follow. We're in like focused mode at I just did air quotes, but they weren't on screen. Focused mode, which means I'm just focusing on trying to draw the pictures, you know, get some stuff done. Yeah, but it's good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm just drawing in bookshelves that's collapsed here, and it's crushing the hamster tube on the right. And we need to draw the hamster tube better. But I just, man, it's such an intimidating thing to draw because it needs to be transparent. So I need to bring up some references, I think, for that. But that being said, I don't know. I guess this is coming along okay. I'm just trying to like bring a bit more of this together, I think, with like the shadow and darkness that's going to be underneath it all here. Maybe I'll bring this all the way across here. I don't know. Oh yeah, I turned down the tolerance on the fill, and now it looks ugly whenever I fill. Okay. Cool. Go and adjust that, actually. All right, the bookshelf. Do we want to... Do we want to go for, like, some lines and stuff to, like, indicate wood grains? Maybe just a couple of them. Oh wait, I'm working on the wrong layer, aren't I? Undo all that. No, I don't know. Let's go with that and see how it looks when we... The thing is, once we go to pixel art, like, it's gonna, like, compress all this stuff, all these details out. It's gonna be, like, pretty different. You know, I think I want to do that. I want to go through the process of that in a second here. Let me just... Oh, there's a bug flying around in front of me. To zoom in again. I kind of wish there was a scroll wheel on the pen tool. This is for a game, Beast God. Yeah, this is for my second game that I'm making this year. Well, actually, technically this is the third game. Hey, Crumb, thank you for posting the link to the original game, the first one. I made that at the start of this year in 2 weeks, and this one's taking longer. But it's taking longer because I'm not working on it as consistently. At the start of the year, I had time off work, so I was just, like, working on stuff. And now I'm not. Yes, I have the Huey on. You're right, Beast God. Huey on Canvas 16. I like it. It's not bad. The pen accuracy is a little off. There might be something I can do to tune that. I'm still learning to use it. I've had it not very long. I used it... The most I've ever used it has been on this and the first game that I did at the start of the year. I got it late last year. It was on, like, the Amazon Prime Day or whatever it was, like, or something like that, or like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, sometime around then I got it, and it was like cheaper. It was cheap enough that I could justify it. The normal price for it is too much for me to justify it, but I think now that I've used it as much as I have, I probably could justify the cost of it. But yeah, I used the 22 at one of the studios and it worked well. Nice. I read on Kotaku that this game is based on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. My game is based on Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Okay. Cool. Yeah, this is the sequel. This one's called Day of the Hamster. I guess continuation is more accurate. It's not like... It's supposed to take place at exactly the same time as the first game takes place. Like, all of our adventurers that are going to end up in the same place at the end of each game, all 3 of them, they all have problems to deal with before they get out to their adventure. And this is like... Kind of like this is... The 3 games I'm working on, the short mini-games, they're like prequels to the actual game. Use a lot of Wacom Cintiqs. I've seen them. I've used them at like conventions and stuff, but I can't justify the cost. Yeah. You have XP Pen 24 Pro. I actually don't even know what that is. I guess I'll have to look that one up. Reminds me of Day of the Tentacle. Excellent, King Broly. That's the goal. It is very heavily inspired by Day of the Tentacle, so I'm glad that's working. Yeah, I need to... What else do I need to do? I think this is okay. This is okay. I don't know if I should have done this part right here. It looks weird now. I'm gonna remove this part right here. Make sure I got the right layer selected. I'm using Krita to draw with. I don't know if you've used Krita before, B Squad. It's pretty good though. I'm enjoying it. I still don't know how to use Krita like as well as maybe I should know, but whoops. Yeah, maybe that'll work. Or the darkness. Yeah, so all the books that I just drew on this layer, I'm going to delete them and bring in another layer to work on. I just realized I'm erasing bits of this too. Oh well. That's all placeholder still as well. So it doesn't really matter too much. I'm doing this in like the least efficient way possible, but I don't care. Alright. Big book. What's your best tip for using a tablet like this, B Squad? Like, what's a tip that, like, isn't obvious that, like, would make life better? Bug? I wish it would go away. Artist Display 24 Pro, immense canvas, immersive clarity. This looks awesome. It's got buttons on both sides. That's pretty convenient. High res. That's cool as. To be honest, I don't use the buttons. Right. I like Aseprite for pixel art too. Prefer Photoshop. Creator's pretty cool. Yeah. I know a lot of people prefer Photoshop. I'm just not going to use Photoshop. I'm just going to refuse to use it. How is this QHD? Like, what's the Q short for? Anyway, whatever. I don't. The naming doesn't bother me. I guess I'll just forget about that. It does look convenient to use. Okay, that's the configuration. Precision. Yeah, so I think precision on my tablet's like a little off. It's kind of, I'm used to it, but I probably should just run through like a configurator. It has tilt function as well, but I've not really experimented with tilt functions. And the color reproduction on this screen compared to like the monitor as well is like, they're pretty close, but you can definitely see like better color on the Huion, I think. Quad HD, right. It's 4x 720, right. So it's not quad FHD, it's quad HD. Right. So it is quad. Alright, I get it then. I get it. Yeah. I think it's funny that they called full HD, right? They called it full HD as 1080p, and 720p is like HD. But quad HD is not quad of full HD. So I guess you get QFHD or something like that, or... Oh, quad FHD is UHD. Okay, what's the U short for? Ultra? This thing's pretty cool. This thing's pretty cool. So, like, I don't know what the price is for this. But it's probably something I couldn't justify. Yeah, like... Okay, it's on discount for... I assume this is US dollars, because I haven't told it I'm in Australia yet. Yeah, that's in USD. Where am I? Here I am. Wait, did it go away? Now I have to find it again. How convenient. What a terrible store. Wait, they don't even stock it for Australia? I don't see it. Oh, it's an older one. Okay. Still, if that's in USDs... I guess that's like 1,200, 1,300 Australian dollars, something like in that range. Some are a little over $1,000 anyway. They might not anymore. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so the one I got is, I think I paid like around, I forget exactly what I paid. Close to $300, maybe a bit more than that. I think the retail price of it was like, I think I saved like $150 on it. I don't remember what I paid now. I'm not going to go look it up, but yeah. I'm happy with it. I wouldn't complain about it at the moment. So yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, back to scribbling. We need a lot more junk. So, like, how do you draw junk without having to draw junk? Like, a lot of chaotic lines and tones? I don't know. I don't want to draw, like, every single thing, but I do want to draw, like, some individual books and stuff that have, like, fallen open underneath it. Stuff like that. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'll just keep on detailing this little book here. We'll get this one filled in. What color should I use for white? I don't know. This color. Same color as the floor, huh? Yeah, it is. Alright. What's that? Another follow. Thank you. Oh. Are we getting advertised too? Spam. How good is that? We love spam. Chaos. Online casino. Never turn it off. The money will come to you. Is this even advertising? This just is like nonsense. Well, anyway, that was it. That was briefly entertaining. Stop sports betting. Probably a good idea. It's a scam. Just like all casinos and betting is. Wait. Did I just change my pen? Oh my, I shouldn't have done that. I hate changing my pen. What pen was I on already? Not this one. God damn it. Which pen was I on? This is one thing I don't like about this, is like, if I accidentally change my pen, like, I'm screwed. Is this my default pen that I normally use? Maybe. Feels a bit like it. It's hard to say. I meant to just switch to the eraser. Shouldn't have done that. Losing too much on ice hockey? Yeah. Yeah. Like, the rule of betting is only bet what you can afford to lose and assume that you're going to lose it, right? That's the only... I wouldn't even say that's... Like, I don't know. Betting is a slippery slope. Because you think you can... Like, you win once and you think you can do it again. I don't know why I'm so zoomed in on this. There's no sense in having this much detail. Yet here I am anyway. Only bet if it's rigged in your favor. That's a good tip. There's a shortcut key to switch brushes in Photoshop, but I don't actually know what it is. I never use it on purpose. Yeah. Grey Sports Almanac, 1950 to 2050. That's the one. That's what you need. Sports betting give you most bang for your buck. Poker machines probably the least. Oh man, yeah. If you, I don't trust poker machines at all. Like, yeah. I was actually offered a job in a poker machine company for like designing the games, and I was like, I can't take this job. They offered a lot of money, but I felt bad. Like, there's no way I could accept that. those like the. Problem gamblers and slot machines is like the worst. Yeah. Yeah, it's just milking people. Anyway, yeah, I couldn't do it. No chance. Why am I zooming in on this again? Alright, we need to just put some more books in place, I guess. So B Squad, for me, like, one of the things I started trying to do with the Huion is just like assign the buttons to functions and avoid using my keyboard a bit more, because, like, especially with the layout of my desk, the keyboard's not so accessible. So that's something I've been trying to do. I don't know if it's I'm not being super successful. I wouldn't say I'm being super successful with it, but I'm trying to train myself to you know, be a little bit more efficient using those shortcuts. Like, even like just like the color picker shortcut key, I'm using that, and like Control Z. I've just assigned some buttons for those things, just to really streamline a little bit more. Man, I have so many Bad tracks. I'm kind of getting tired of all the bad tracks. Like using a keyboard, but do it works for you. Yeah. The only reason is like the keyboard is like because of the shape of my desk and the stuff I've got on it. I don't really have space for the tablet and the keyboard to be easily accessible. It's like one or the other. If I change my desk layout, I'll be able to solve that problem. This was like decades ago, Castle Rivercheck. It was like, I think I was like in my second job having finished like studying, so not quite 20 years ago, somewhere around there. I need to put some more junk here, but I don't know what to do for junk. Let's see. Something like that, maybe. Just a little bit of scribbling. Probably want some more kitchen stuff lying around here, but I don't know what to draw right now, so I'm just gonna move on. No idea what color to make this maze. I'm just gonna skip it. I don't know. I gotta finish this off sometime. I gotta finish this whole thing off sometime. I can't just keep skipping stuff. And like drawing 3 books took way too long and they're not even very good. So I don't know what to do. I should just quit and cut my losses, right? Hmm. Threshold too high. Whoa, hey, another follow. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. Urgent mission, download hamster. That's right. The hamster must be downloaded. Hmm. Like this hamster tube, you can't really tell it's like translucent, can you? Hmm. But this piece of glass here, or plastic, whatever this is, this you can tell. The thing is, it needs stuff behind it to like get that effect. If it's just an empty tube, like what are you making? I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Hmm. Yeah, there was a scam bot earlier, Coburn. It was like, yeah, it was a weird one. It said like its name had like Twitch scam in it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm assuming it was a bot. um. Hmm. Whoops. Wait, what? Oh, that's right. I wanted the door to be under it for some stupid reason. Okay. I don't like that either. Kind of removes a lot of the highlight on the door. Maybe this will work. Hmm. I'm not really happy with the way the desktop looks. I don't think that's going to look much better in pixels. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Getting down to that tube is the last thing I need to work on. Well, let's just see what it's going to look like in engine. Yeah, the rest of it's going to come down to detailing after we finish that tube and the maze. So let's just push on. Let's just push on that. I feel like I want to do some lighting on the door areas a little bit more, like some shading. I think I haven't allowed myself to do much shading, and I think that's been a detriment to the way the style looks. But let's see. Where's our shadow layer? One more time. This one, right? Make a copy of that again, and we will do our effect. Blur, Gaussian blur. I don't know how much we wanted to go for. It's like maybe around 25 pixels or so, maybe. Okay. Control-Shift-C. Get the GIMP going. Discord servers I'm in have been hit today by bots as well. Wow. Just like, I don't know. Like, I've tried to lock down my Discord server fairly well, but I know there's probably still vulnerabilities, but... Ah! Somebody at the door! We'll see. Who's at the door? Who's at the door? I suspected it might be Baines. Hello, Baines. I think that might work. I think this might be acceptable. The only thing that looks bad is really the hamster tube and the maze. Everything else is like acceptable, I think. Yeah, I think we're narrowing in on the layout though, so I think we can start doing stuff in engine. I just want to take a break before I start trying to figure out the hamster tube. So we will take a break by implementing some stuff in the game engine instead of messing around here. Oh, I suppose I need to export that, yeah. Oh wait, before we export, we have to change color mode back. Okay. Bring it in. Yeah, look how each time I bring it in, it just brings it to another level of awesomeness, I think, as well, which is good to see. It's good to see things changing over time. Change that background to the new background. Why is this track on again? Open. Ah, it didn't keep the zoom level. I kind of wanted to see the difference with the zoom levels, but anyway, that's cool. All right, so the walkable areas, we got to modify that a little bit. Positions of stuff, we got to move around a little bit as well. It's actually probably fine where it is. All right. Why does the walkable area look almost right? It's so close to being right. Walkable areas. By the way, hello, Crumb. Good to see you. I just realized I haven't said hello. I'm so good at everything, especially saying hello to people. All right. I did earlier? Oh, okay. Okay, good. I couldn't remember if I did. I also just randomly pop in and lurk and don't say hi. Yeah, no, that's always good. It's always fine. I appreciate the work and it's all good. I just feel bad when I think like, oh wait, did I not say hello to somebody? Because I often don't. Yeah. Alright, let's see. That should be a little better. I feel like you can get too close to that door still there, and maybe I should just cut a little bit more out of this bit. Alright, walkable areas. Hotspots. This all needs to change. Yeah, look, the vault door used to be all the way up there, and this doorway used to be like just on the edge of the screen, and same with this one. Yeah, so much has to change. The pipe hotspot is like, I can't even tell where it is. It's like, oh, it's right there, intersecting the wall. So we need to move that. Okay. Lots to change here, lots to change. I think the computer came up good, actually. Rumgrol, g'day, g'day. Good to see you. Alright, let's see. What's the next one we have to do? Wall. Okay, wall is like way off, right? I mean, wall's not too bad. Oh, I hate the way the scroll wheel works. All right, yeah, let's just get rid of that and that. Let's just draw this in. That's wall, except we got a cup. A little bit off the bottom here. And okay, that's the vault door. And fill. Okay. Storeroom door is this one. Which I'll do the whole. Potato room. Okay. Good, good. Hotspot 6. That's helpful. The heck is Hotspot 6? Oh, great. I don't even see it. It doesn't have any events. It just doesn't... I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just skip Hotspot 6. We'll go straight to Bookshelf. Which no longer is going to be there. I'm gonna make it just like one of these books for now, but it will be actually... I'm gonna replace this with like an object at some point, which will be an actual book that you can pick up from this pile of books down here. Let's see. Get rid of that. Let's just draw in on this brown book. The brown book will do it for now. Change the description to a technical, just like book. Yeah. All right, next thing. Maze. That's this, so that's got to move. Looks like there's like a couple of pixels here that belong to it. What else we got? Tunnel. Right, so tunnel used to be all the way up there. Oops. There's a gap somewhere? Oh, right at the top there. Alright, next object. Collapsed bookshelf. Well, that's not right. So let's fix this one. I'm so glad I decided to redo this. The layout's way better. And it looks better. Alright, there we go. What else we got? Class bookshelf. Pipe. Okay, pipe's the last thing. It's up there. So it needs to just be this section of pipe. And this is starting to really come together. Oh, it makes me so happy to see this is starting to make it feel like the end is in sight. Even though this artwork is still not 100% complete, it's like complete enough to do this. And that makes me feel good. So that's everything lined up with where it's supposed to be. Like this will be kind of final game positions for a lot of the stuff. Even the placeholder objects, the artwork that we've got in place, that's where they'll live. Which is awesome. Let's do a save. Let's actually run the game. Oh, I'm no longer in a standable position. Oh, that's why I had that weird square down here, just to make sure that Delphine started in the right position. Or Lucas, I guess. It's Delphine's sprite. We haven't drawn Lucas's sprite yet. I gotta move the starting position up. Which I think we have to do in the character, weirdly enough. I feel like you should be able to set character start positions via the room interface. Like, if a character's going to start in a room, you should be able to say, like, this character will start in this room. Although, I guess they wanted to separate that, like, somehow, like, with the logic of the, I guess they wanted to be sure that they couldn't have multiple characters or something. I don't know. I don't know why they chose to do it that way. They just did. Okay, so let's get these coordinates. Middle click right. I don't know, here. And then Lucas, and then start X, control V. Yeah, I know. I know. There we go. Save. Start the game again. We should be able to move around now. Yay, we can move. All right, let's go. So we can't do anything with the door, but we should be able to move toward the door. Cool. Let's try and open this door. Something that's been bothering me is the text that when I hover over stuff, it's not using an outline. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. I forget where that is set. I think it's in one of the startup scripts. Let me move the screen out of the way now that I'm not actively using it. Make some space for my keyboard. I can also sit up a little bit. Didn't realize how much I was slouching just then. Okay. Yeah, it's been a little while, so I remember it was hard to figure out initially. Was it in here, maybe? I think this might be it. So if I go to fonts... Nice 2. Let's see if that changed anything. I mean, it seems like it's trying to outline it. I don't. Oh wait, I think I know what's up. Which font to use for outlining? It should be 4. I haven't really tried to do this before, so it's going to take a minute, I guess. Alright, well, at least it doesn't look worse. And then what? Do I do the color of the font? Where's the color? How would I set the color of the font? Maybe it's in, Oh my gosh, my keyboard. Position. Action dot font dot. How do you set the color? Dot color. How do you set a font color? Font type. What about label dot font or color? So action dot something. It's got to be action. There's got to be a property of the action. Dot text color. There it is. Dot text color equals. I want to be white, but I don't know if I can just see like color. type. Color type dot. Like, I can't just say white, can I? I need to, like, actually specify white. Which means I need to get the colors tool up. Does this work? No, it doesn't work. I might need to start, like, looking up some information. AGS set font color and outline. Oops, outline. Text shadow color? All colors? Yeah, that's not gonna work. You know what? Whatever, man. I should at least be able to set the color of it, and that didn't work. So why is that? Why did that not work? I wonder. Is it because I said it needs an outline and that's confused it? Let's say no outline. See what happens now. No, it's still not white. Oh, it's possible the color is getting set later on for the action label. Like, somehow it's getting set differently. This moth, or whatever it is flying around, really bothering me. Let's see, if I just search for action in this document. Item run interaction.
Hold on, Dave!
Hold on! Save! Hello, the sniper. I assume. It is indeed the sniper. Hello. Maybe it gets set in here. Oh, here we go. We're setting the text color right here. Try setting it to let's set it to like a yellow or something. Set it to this color. I'll do this so it doesn't confuse me later. Good morning, Proton. How are you today? Hopefully that color doesn't clash with anything else. We should be able to read it now, at least. That's the main thing. Cool. So we should move the rope into the other room as well. Computer terminal works now as a thing to look at. Cookie jar, box of lemons. Wall, collapsed bookshelf, pipe. Can't mark task complete, door key, as it does not exist. Oh, I must have added a test thing to that. That's funny as. I can't reach it. There's a bookshelf filled with technical reference manuals. That's no longer true. It's now just a singular book on the ground. You're good? Got the demo finished? Nice. How was revision? How was that gone? I tried to catch a little bit of it, but there was nothing going on when I was watching. Like it was just some talking going on. Has the judgments happened yet? All right, so we got to work on some stuff, but it's coming together finally. Man, I can't wait to work on this room. Like, this room's starting to really look like it's nearing completion. I'm actually okay with the desk. Like, I'm not super happy with it, but I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. It's not bad. I like the computer. I think the computer looks great. The wall is interesting. Hamster tunnel. Like, everything's like... It's nice having everything lined up again anyway. Like, now you click on the thing that you can see rather than the whole hotspots. This door's still locked. The key is inside this jar. Oh wait, no, that's not the key. The key is hidden in another room. We need to make a metal detector. We need to find an item that can be used as a sensor. We need to find an item that can be used as a coil. We need to find an item that can be used as a handle. Okay. Get the broom handle. We can use the screwdriver on the microwave to get the coils from the microwave. Detector coils. Bam. Handle. Bam. Build it. I still need to get a sensor. Okay. Go get the book that tells us which sensor to get. I found the sensor manual. I need the AK4309AM module. To be honest, I don't know. I pushed so hard I fell asleep after and slept over the compos. I will watch video afterwards. Oh, okay, awesome. How did you go? Did you... Voting is still ongoing. Awesome, awesome. All right. How long does voting go for? Which sensor do I need? It's this one. AVM sensor. I'll try this sensor module out. This should work for a sensor. Build it. We have a metal detector. It has no power. It needs a battery. Okay. We have the manual. Useful blueprint tucked inside the book. I'll keep it for later. Adaptive Tech Co. Metal detector. Technical reference. Contents. Introduction. Features. Technical diagrams. Detector frequencies. Technical contacts. Let's go to the features. Ooh, nice. Oh, here's the frequencies. We need a brass key. I keep clicking on the character. What do we need? We need to get the battery, but the battery is stuck inside the cordless drill. So we need to break the cordless drill first. Let's get that paint thinner as well. Let's use the cordless drill. Results and prize giving in a couple of hours. Okay, awesome. Maybe I'll catch it. Actually, no, I probably won't. I'll probably be continuing to do dev streaming at that time. All right, the drill broke, but we've got a battery, so now we can put that in the metal detector. And that's the right frequency that we're looking for. We need, we're looking for brass, 100, 120, and 10. 100, 120, and 10. Start the metal detector. There's no brass in this room. There's no beeping. Let's go into the next room and try it. What engine is this? This is AGS, Adventure Game Studio. A lot of the stuff I've done is despite Adventure Game Studio. with all the blueprints and stuff, all those GUIs that I made, the book that I made. I wrote like a bunch of my own custom code to handle all of that because the engine kind of sucks. Like the tools that they give you are pretty painful to use. So I just decided to do it in code instead. But for the most part, I am using most of the engine. It's just like some of the custom UI stuff I've done myself. Use the metal detector. Start using it. I found the biolab key. Nice. We can stop using the metal detector now. To unlock the door, I'll need to connect the computer to the data line. All the wires are in the wall. I'll need a way to detect the right part of the wall to cut open. The circuit breaker is tripped and the computer has no power. Okay. So, luckily, we have a, where is it? Lemon battery blueprint, which will be enough to power the computer. The hamster key's still stuck under the cookies. They're too hard to break out of the jar. So let's use the paint thinner. Eureka, it's working. I'll soon have that key. Okay. Alright, I got the key. We can now free the hamster. Come here, Pico. It's time to make our escape or whatever. I don't even know what we just said. We now have a hamster. We've got the hamster in the hamster maze. And this is not implemented yet. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. I have anonymous follows here. So, continue to lurk or join the chat, whatever you want to do. Thanks for joining us. Either way. Alright, so now that we've got the data splicing cable, we still need to get into this room, so I guess we use the key. Get into that room. Alright, this room's all placeholder as well. So the reason we need to come in here is to get stuff. The rope will be in here, so now that we've gotten in here, I'll go back and grab the rope. Actually, well, first we'll try and grab the wire spool, knowing that it's unreachable. Hey, Kamen Pantsu! Greetings, fellow game dev. Hey, greetings. Alright, we got it. We got the rope. Alright, and that would have been in this room once we move it. I'll actually move it before we end the stream today. I'm going to take a break for dinner and whatever, and then I'll come back and continue streaming game dev tonight. So there's this conspicuous lamp. There's going to be multiple of them on the screen. As you can see in the background, I've drawn, there's 3 in the background design. So what's going to happen is they'll be hanging down here. Actually, there's 4 of them. And they'll be like, you know, shining light on the pasture where we're growing potatoes. And we'll also probably have some other lamps up here above like the wall garden beds with the aquaponics set up to make sure they get enough light as well. This is all just going to be flavor text, this room, basically. There's not actually a lot to do in this room. Do you think an 11-year-old could figure out this engine? My kid has been making stuff in Unreal, but it'd be cool to see him work on an adventure game. Yeah, I think an 11-year-old could figure this out, but it's real pain in the butt for some stuff. If you're just trying to do basic stuff, I think you can get away with using this engine pretty well. It's not... I don't think everything's intuitive, but for the most part, like, you could get started on this pretty quickly. It's when you start trying to do a little bit more complex stuff, it gets a bit of a pain to use. I think if I was 11 and had access to this engine, I would know what's up. And I'd be able to figure it out. Shelf of stuff, huh? Okay, yeah. And the safe, I think I'm going to delete the safe. We're going to replace that with like a washing machine or something. Basically nothing in here is like useful right now. So I think I want to think of other stuff we can move, like puzzle elements we can move into here so that we can make this room a little bit more useful. It's already got a lot of stuff in it though, like the wire spool, and there's actually copper and zinc hidden in the ground that we need to dig up using the metal detector as well. But yeah, you notice if you push this lamp into the wire spool, it's not heavy enough to knock it down. And the character will say something to that effect. So now we know, like, okay, we need to get something heavy. So we're gonna go figure that out now. So one of those, one thing we need to do is there's a bucket here. We need to fill the bucket with something heavy though. So I think what we'll have, like, we're gonna have like clues for the player to follow as well. And there's a built-in hint system, which I haven't even looked at. But yeah, we have a built-in hint system here, which isn't hooked up. I haven't hooked this up with actual like hints, but there will be like a, you know, as you go through and do stuff, that hint system will dynamically update to like what puzzles are currently active. That book should not be there once you pick it up, obviously, but I gotta work on that yet. So now that we've got the bucket, we need to fill it with water, but there's nowhere to get water to make it heavy. But there is a puddle on the ground here. So what's up with that? Pipe? Maybe use the bucket on the pipe? I see no reason to use a bucket on the pipe right now. So that needs to be a bit more dialogue, like it's not even leaking right now or something like that. But you can turn this valve on. And then you can use the bucket on the pipe. When I was 11, I thought QBasic was the shit. Yeah, QBasic was pretty cool. I think, so I started, like, learning to program on the Amstrad. I then used QBasic and moved on to C++, like, throughout that, like, 10 to probably 11 to 12-year-old age range. I was, like, when I started using... We got our first IBM PC when I was, like... Or compatible, I should say. When I was about 10. Maybe a little bit younger than 10. So I used QBasic on that. Coming from BASIC on the Amstrad, it wasn't too difficult. And then some nerdy computer guy that my family knew told me about C and showed me some stuff that they'd done, like type in type stuff, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And so I got that and started learning C. So yeah, the bucket's not filling up, so we need a way to tell the character that it's not dripping fast enough. And then we'll have animations too, I haven't done that yet. So then you use the rope on the pipe to lasso it, and then you can pull on the rope, and that will make the leak go faster. We'll have like that animated as well, and the bucket will fill up. And then we can pick up the bucket, and it's a heavy bucket, so the character will say, oh gosh, it's so heavy. Just to hopefully drill home, like, oh yeah, there's that heavy thing that we needed. I see. Yes, indeed. Oh, man. We use the filled heavy bucket with that. Now we have something heavy, we can knock the spool down. Yay. So what I want to have happen is like this bucket to swing back and hit the player and like cover the player with water and stuff as well. So once we get the sprite in for Lucas, we'll be able to start working on those kind of fun animations too. We now have a wire spool, data splicing cable, hamster, super hardened cookie shard. It's too long to fit there. Lemon battery blueprint. We now have a wire spool to put in there, so that's good. We don't have any copper or zinc yet. If we use the metal detector right now, and tune it to copper or zinc. So let's tune it to copper. 120, 140, 25. Oh, we're practically on top of some. It's right here. Where is it? Ah, we found it. So we need to find 3 of them. There we go, found it. Last one. Okay, we got it. That's the last piece of copper. So now we're going to switch over to zinc. 140, 120, 15. Oh. We got it. There's another piece really close by too. Okay, we found them. So we now have 3 copper and 3 zinc. We should be able to use those in our plan. Our blueprint. Copper in the copper slot, zinc in the zinc slot. Build it. We now have plans ready to use. We never need to come back in this room again at the moment. That's how the game's currently set up. Still like QBasic. Alright, I gotta stop being metal detector mode. Still like QBasic, well, at least the compiled version, Quick Basic. There's a modern version available, QB64. Oh, interesting. That's interesting, Tuning Sound. I didn't know about that. Coburn, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this room's turned out so far. I gotta finish it off, but it's really, really close to done. I feel like this, it's just not, like, there's a lot still that I could do to improve it, I think. It's still not quite there. But I'll get there. I'll get there. Alright, using the lemon plans on the lemons, we can now power the computer. The computer should, now we should get a message saying, like, we've powered the computer. So we should be able to use that. But we still haven't detected the... We haven't connected the computer to with the data splicing cable to the door system, so we got to do that. She's got to use the metal detector again. Unfortunately, the manual doesn't have details for the signal types. I gotta go type in those codes. But we'll, and we also have to go and do Easter eggs for the wire X-ray view as well. QBasic is not the compiled version. Quick Basic is not the compiled version. QBasic is short for Quick Basic. There's a QBasic Quick Basic compiler that came with the version of QBasic available for purchase. Right, so if you purchase the commercial version, you can compile from basic to what, machine code? Or was it like, was it still a bytecode layer on top of machine code? I don't know. Right. So we got to detect on the wall. And we got to use the right frequency, which I remember, I think I remember, it was 10,360. No, 320. 45, I want to say. I think we're on the wrong frequency because I'm not picking anything up. I'll have to look at the code. Was it Metal Detector State that had the codes in it? That's not it. It might be in the wall code. Okay, it's here. 10, 3, 20, 40. I was off by 1. 10, 3, 20, 40. So let's do it again. And I still have debug arrow pointing exactly where to go. That's the spot. So now we know where to cut. We need a way to cut it. I can't just punch through the wall. It's pretty tough. So we have a super hardened cookie shard. So we need a bit of dialogue there to explain like it's not sharp enough. And we need to draw the actual grinder in as well. We use that on the grinder, and now it's sharpened. Sharpened cookie shard. It just tacked on the runtime from the editor, pretty much, after parsing the source into byte tokens, of course. Okay, yeah. QuickBasic predated QBasic. QBasic was more or less QuickBasic 4.5 with the compiler removed. QuickBasic 4.5, a lot before DOS 5 came out with, or used it a lot before DOS 5 came out with the new QBasic included. Right, I see. So now we have found the hole. We got the hole in the wall with the cable, and we got the data splicing cable we can connect to the junction. And now it's hooked up to the computer. Is that everything we need to do? We're not cheating here, are we? I think we've done everything we need to do, so we can use the computer now. We'll have a boot sequence for the computer as well. And if you haven't connected the data splicing cable, this program won't launch, but this is the final puzzle of the game. It's a very easy puzzle. Congratulations, you solved the puzzle. And now that will allow you to exit the vault. Which, obviously, we haven't implemented any of that stuff yet, but that's it. That's the whole game. So, the only thing that's not fully implemented right now is the hamster maze and the computer boot sequence and stuff like that. I think everything else is pretty much there. So, it's just graphics. Mostly, it's still just graphics. I got to start working on the character design. Hopefully, I'll do that this week. I've been saying that for the last 3 or 4 weeks, that I'll work on the character design. I have got a design in mind. I just have to draw some sketches, and then we can start doing pixel art of it once we got that nailed down. Basically the same thing, just the QBasic was the one they included with DOS and had no compiler. Right. Sometimes I yearn to write a new project in QBasic, QB64 for old time's sake, but got so many projects, so many libraries in C. Oh, can you link it? Is there a way to link it or something like that? Hey, Rico the Rooster, good to see you. They changed the about box and some menus, but that's about it. Oh, wow. There's some thunder and lightning and rain happening right now in my area, so hopefully the computer doesn't get reset. This is looking nice. I mean, the only thing that really is ugly in this room is the table, this hamster maze, and the tube. Once I fix those up, we're good. Like, obviously the object art needs to be done, and you know, the rope and whatever, but like everything else is looking great. I'm pleased with this. It's finally there. Time to save come to foreign, that's right. Maybe I should work on a basic program sometime on the stream just for fun. Yeah, so the hamster's going to be in this tube. You got to rescue the hamster, obviously. Once you've rescued the hamster, which we did. The only thing is the hamster maze isn't implemented. We need to implement that. I'm very happy with how things have turned out, though. This is coming along really nicely. I'm going to continue working on this today. I'll finish off the hamster maze section, and we'll start doing the other art. We'll start doing layouts for the other rooms. I will come back and do a polish pass on this room as well, just adding a little bit more grunge and grime, and like do something with the floor, so it's not just a big flat floor. And I will fill out like the posters and stuff, but we don't have to do it all at once. But this is pretty much where I need it to be functional for the game. And it looks pretty decent, I think. I think it's finally started to come together here, so that's good. I'm not so sure about like the wood grain look on this. Like, I'm not 100% sold on it, or the desktop either, but I could live with it. I think I could do a little bit to like help with that. I think I can do a little bit to help with that sort of stuff, but we'll live. It'll be okay. QB64 is great because it can run nibbles.baz on ARM as long as you fix the build script. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Obviously, I'll have to go through and do foreground detailing as well, so that we get sharper edges on some of these pixels. And that thunder is really loud. Yeah, sharper edges on the pixels so that they're like, because like we can't do alpha blending, or we could, but I don't want to. So when the character's walking behind these foreground elements, they actually look nice. I had noticed actually in Day of the Tentacle when I was fiddling with that, I noticed that they didn't really bother too much on some of those sort of things. So I guess I could also not bother too hard around that area. But I feel like the character like can... I think we've got the walkable areas fairly well implemented now. I feel like you can maybe get a little bit too deep into the background there. Probably should be locked down to about this sort of area. Getting close to the wall as well. I think you get too close to the wall. Man, that thunder's really going. We haven't had a decent thunderstorm in a while, it feels like. Oh, we did have some pretty decent storms, though. Like, I lost power a couple of times recently, so... I don't know, we'll see. As far as I know, the stream's still working fine. So we've streamed for 3 hours, we finished up most of this room. It's literally just down to this pipe and table for the hamster maze. That's it. Everything else is basically done. As done as it needs to be for now. I'm happy. I am happy with this. This is good. I'm going to continue to fiddle with some of the techniques I'm using to like get the backgrounds down into pixel art as well. But I think they're working. I think it's doing well. It does look, for the most part, it looks like digitized hand-painted art. But I think some of it's less so, which isn't a problem, really. It's not really a problem, I guess. All right. I'm just going to continue like waffling on if I don't stop now. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get some dinner and spend some time with family. And then I'll be back on in like probably an hour, hour and a half. I'll be back on and we'll keep working on the game dev. We should have this room basically finished today. I'll start working on the storeroom redraw pass and we'll see how that goes. The storeroom's already got some great ideas in it when I scribbled it down. So I think going from this with the foreground elements the way they are and stuff, this will be fine. I'm not too worried about this room. I think it's a little cramped in some areas, and we do need to bring in like the diamond grinder, which we'll work that out. We'll work that out. See you soon then, Kuningstan. Thank you very much again for being here. Thanks to everybody. We need to do some gags as well. There's some jokes that we want to bring in that I haven't really thought about putting in yet too, but we'll get there. This has come along very nicely. There's a bucket on top of this shelf I just noticed. Like, I guess I'll make that a paint tin or something, not a bucket. See you soon, Rico. See you soon. See you soon, everybody. I'll be back in like I said, about an hour and a half, something like that. Maybe a little later if I'm getting lazy or it takes me longer to get dinner than I think it will. But yeah, I'll be back soon. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. The game is finally progressing again. It's felt like it's been at a standstill for the last 3 weeks because I've just been slowly making progress on the art. But today today we were pretty successful, I think, getting further along. So that's good. It's very good. I'll talk to you soon, everybody. So see you soon. Bye. Gee, I just stumbled over all my words. See you soon.
Wait, okay, who's a